Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mahesh Kariya. You're watching me on YouTube now, and in this session, I'm going to share my experience in software industry. And this is my very first video where I'm sharing this kind of experience with you guys, and this is really very proud moment for me because it was a dream for me when I came to. I was not sure, like I was from very poor family when I was just 5 years before, I guess, and now I have almost most of the things that I have dreamed of, and it's really very nice journey. That's what I can say. But how I started, that's a really very nice journey. That's what I'm going to share with you guys. So uh, in my childhood, I was very curious that how the games are working, because I used to play and I was very curious, and I used to work at my father's shop, and he's an electrician, so most of the electric things, electronics and electrical things I was aware of, but the game is something different, and that's how the journey was started by playing Super Mario. Let's suppose, okay, I used to sell the games at that time. So I was curious how they can make these games, and one day I realized that okay, uh, like I came to know like okay, C++ are the language that is behind the this kind of games. Okay, it's a very old-fashioned 90s games I'm talking about. After that, I started as I got opportunity to continue my education in computer science, and that's how I started after 10th. Okay, and it was very boring. It was a black screen, and we used to write C++ code, and I was like, what I'm doing? Like, I wanted to make a software, and this is not even closer to that. Okay, so how I'm going to achieve whatever I want, and that was so embarrassing. One day, my teacher was teaching, and he gave a problem to solve, and seems like nobody can find that answer. And I'm not good in maths, but it was a first programming challenge that I found that nobody is answering. And so it took me 2 hours because it was illogical. And my first problem, I remember, in 2 hours I solved it in that day in the same class. I was there till 8 p.m. Okay. Now he came back, who used to teach me, and he saw like he's still here, what he's doing here, and he asked me the questions, and he solved it. Like, this is so easy. Okay, how, why it took so much time? Then the curiosity was wow, like, this is something else. Okay, logic, making building logic is something else. Okay, this is any human being with a good sense of humor can be programmer. That's what I think. Okay, good sense of humor is very necessary, just like in real life how you can deal with the things. Same, you need to make that logic in programming. It's so simple. Now the journey begins. So I wanted to become a software developer, so I know I need to create a websites, I need to create Android apps and desktop apps, of course. But making websites, I started with googling it how to create website. Then I started with WordPress. Then one day I realized that how WordPress made. So I was very curious to understand how this guy made WordPress. Then I came to know, okay, for XAMPP or LAMP or MAMP, WAMP, this kind of softwares that we use on the top of that, WordPress is the open source. And then one day I realized that okay, this is not it. Like, we need to install server on our system, any system, and that can be hosted somewhere. So I came to know about GoDaddy. In India, GoDaddy is really very popular. And after that, after GoDaddy, I was curious, like, what is happening in GoDaddy, like in shared hosting, what is happening, what is cPanel, what is WHM. So I started to keep exploring these things. One day I realized that, oh, cPanel is something that can be part of WHM, and WHM you can install individually on Linux machines. So Linux is very popular in the world of hosting, and that's how I started with getting SSH key or putty. Okay, and when I got my first machine by paying it, uh, I'm not sure, 500 or whatever it may be, I'm not sure, that I have paid to get one big machine that I'm going to do something with, just for learning. I was it it's at that time, I guess it was not so popular. I was not aware about AWS GCP. I was very aware about uh GoDaddy only. So I got my first VPS, and I don't know what to do with that VPS, because how to clone the code, how to drag and drop, because there is no UI in terminal. What you will do, like you will connect to SSH, and then you can barely share the files, but there is no UI. So I was very confused that how it works, and then I started exploring. So the basic things that you should always know is shell scripting, installing apt, apk, alpine, Ubuntu, uh, Arch based system, Debian based system. These are the things that we should know as a developer. That's what I understood. Then I got interest in DevOps little bit. Okay, Docker is something that we need to install. Okay, on the top of that, we can create containers, which is another really very cool thing. After that, uh, of course, database, like when to choose which database, when choose SQL database, when to choose NoSQL database. It is not and in interview question as well, you never say a biased answer. It based on the scaling, vertical and horizontal scaling. So it completely depends on if you have big uh, queries that you need to insert, then you will choose the database accordingly. So that's how I started learning Node.js then, because Node.js was getting popular. By the way, I started as a PHP developer back in time. I used to work with Laravel, but very small projects I used to do in India. And one day I realized, okay, this is not it. Node.js is getting popular. Not sure why, because asynchronous is something came out. Then I started with Node.js. I realized, okay, the PHP is only works on the server and not client side, like any JavaScript code that you can run in client. Then I came to know, okay, like this is something you can create. Then PhoneGap, Ionic, and that's how I started learning. Then Python, I was very curious, machine learning and this kind of stuff. So this is how I used to play around with the things, but getting job is another thing. You should be very proficient at one thing. Okay, so make sure that if you have a complete cycle, if you know from development to deployment, then it is very easy to get the job. But if you are not aware about this complete cycle, from where to get the code, GitHub Actions, CI/CD pipeline, and the awareness of these things is very important. That's what I can tell you guys. Like, be aware of the things. That's why I'm sharing this journey of mine with you, because it's very important, because nobody knows like from where I can start as a programmer. So shell script, of course, C++, Java is something another, like lots of folks are like Java is in a trend right now. That's what I can say, as I'm in a working as one of service provider. And of course there are other languages, .NET, and but nowadays .NET and sorry, Java is highest paying job currently, and ML, of course, the Python, and your deep learning and all. Like, you can choose your career on the top of that. Node.js is also a front end, React, and uh, yeah, React Native you can go with. So these are the languages that after which has a strong market. Wherever you will go, you will always find jobs. There will be no like, for sure that there will be a kind of strong job market is there will be on React. So if you're asking me when to start, from where I can start, React Native if you are interested in a front end. If you are interested in desktop applications, of course, you can go with Electron, create some apps. Most of the apps like Slack, I'm not sure, Discord, and lots of other made on the top of Electron. Another cool thing after that, yeah, these are the things. And Java, Spring Boot, you can start with. These are the things I really enjoy. I'm good at many things. So if you wanted to be a real programmer, get proficiency at one and get used to get flexible to work with any technology. Just keep in mind there are only three types: static, dynamic type, and something called as R language, Rust, and this kind of languages. Okay, so which is kind of little bit different, like Golang. And but once you realize that what is static and dynamic type, it will be very easy for you. Like dynamic type is like Python, Ruby, this where you don't care about the written type, type things. Unlike TypeScript, you can, but lots of folks likes to work with the TypeScript things, like static things, so which is also cool. I'm not sure, like I'm a dynamic person, like I like dynamic programming. I don't want to make unwantedly things, but I'm going to get hit much in a comment box. That's why I'm not going to be biased. But this is my opinion, because why to make programming too complicated? Make it simple. Even though if you're working with the big projects, divide it into the smaller models and keep it simple. And use the AI and lots of other things to check things. Like that's what I feel. This is my opinion. And of course, but Java, if you're familiar with Java, there is a huge market. After that, my another journey that I can share with you is I was from very poor family. It was so difficult for me to complete my education. Even 300 or 400 yearly I need to pay, and I was at that time it was very difficult for me to pay that much amount as well. But then I realized, okay, I need to be a freelancer. That's how I can earn money. So by earning money, I used to pay my and I used to do my education by doing the small projects. So it was, and at that time I without laptop actually. I got laptop very late in my final year, I guess. So that's how I became a programmer, by doing writing practice of programming, and that is very interesting. Okay, I used to write code, yeah, and whenever I get machine, I used to compile it in just one attempt. And this is how I not only practice code, I was addicted to code, to to find code in any zone. Okay, uh, let's suppose your game, any game, if you are playing, that how you can create that. So that kind of interest that you need to make, and this is a long process, this is not short process. Okay, you need to keep habit of this thing. Day by day you will feel okay, this is something is a part of life, you will start enjoying it. And for that you need to at least 1 week on, so you need to keep that motivation alive inside you. Watch movies as well. I used to watch movies a lot, more than anyone else. Any movie related to programming, you can watch any series, you can watch Netflix, wherever it may be, to get that interest. If you are not interested, it's very important. And it is not bad, it is not something that I not prefer to do, but it is something that, and yeah, do coding while doing something else. Okay, let's suppose if you are not interested in code, definitely do something. Okay, and by watching movie you can focus on two things at a time. It's not like you need to be very focused while coding. No, it's not. Don't make yourself in that habit that you should be very focused while coding. No, it's not necessary. It's your brain, how you train your brain, and it's very normal. Just chill. I'll just watch movies and code. It's fine. Okay, just listen music and code. It's very normal. And after that, I will suggest don't be shy. Okay, to ask questions on Stack Overflow or any medium. Don't be feel noob. Okay, trust me, most of the guys they afraid, and because of they afraid they can't speak, and they will in whenever you will work with the big projects, you will always under that confusion that somebody knows better than you, which is not a completely truth. Okay, there will be always something that you know better than someone else. Okay, so make proud of that things, and not so ask the questions in software industry. If you are doing job for the very first time, just be very confident. Okay, whatever you are saying, let's suppose if somebody comes up with a bug, okay, I'm facing this issue and what to do, you can ask a number of questions. When you found the bug, let's suppose, okay, show me like how you could you please replicate how you are doing this and how you got the bug. So ask questions as many as, instead of saying okay, I'll do this, I try this. Don't say that, just ask whatever. You need to find solution, you need to be confident and focus on solution. That's how. So lots of folks, they used to get depressed, they used to get stressed, and that's how you will be this guys will always end up with lots of confusion in their heads. Okay, don't be like that. So that's the journey that I wanted to share with you guys, because it is very important. Don't feel that you have to have laptop. Don't care about it. Mobile is enough. All the compilers you can install on mobile. Okay, it doesn't matter like how poor you are. It doesn't matter like in which from which background you came from, because in IT industry it doesn't matter you're from mechanical, etc, or where whichever branch you came from. Just 2 or 3 months of training would be enough to get jobs. Okay, and the last thing is how to crack interviews. Very easy. Get the just there will be always common questions, so just go from like search on Google like all the questions that were asked, and just that there are a set of questions that you will find in most of the interviews. So get used to it. Okay, get rid of all the questions and do practice on late code, gigs for gigs, sorry, hacker rank, hacker earth. So these are the things. Go expert nowadays, I'm not sure, I haven't tried yet, but you can try. So these are the things that you can of course try it out on daily basis, 1 or 2 hours to solve the logical problems. It would be very helpful for you. I'm not saying that it is impossible to crack Netflix or Google or Microsoft. It's very easy because it's not that tough. Okay, don't worry about that. In AWS as well you can get job. Why I'm saying this, because see, uh most of the candidates, they're afraid to to get in examination of to follow the process, or uh, try at least the exam of Google, okay, or Microsoft. They don't try. Okay, and there are many vacancies, but nobody has dared to try, and that's why many rare candidates, they do practice, they know. So don't afraid. Okay, just try, because whenever you will set your mind that I'm going to crack the Microsoft interview, let's suppose, then you will start preparing it for your betterment, and that's how you prepare yourself for the big awards. Okay, and don't afraid to like to apply anywhere. Just, and don't think of this job market that there is no job and everyone is just uh like Amazon and Google, they are firing. It's important. Okay, let's suppose if the certain people are not working properly, they are getting used to it, they are getting used to the royal life or easy life of software, uh this world. And if we are firing them, it's good for all of us to teach everyone. If you get rejected from or if you get uh, like disqualified, you will learn a lot, okay, by getting rejections, okay. If somebody fires you, it's good for you. You will fight harder. You will that gaps you can fill, and that's really very important for you. That's how it works. And I guess this is big video than what I was expecting, but this is a real life. Don't be afraid of anything, okay, whatever it may be. And even though if you have good experience, then uh, don't think that everything will be easy. Since you have 5 or 10 years of experience, it doesn't matter nowadays. Like 1 year guy can compete you as well, because ChatGPT and thousands of tools are uh, I'm not sure, like on online examination also lots of folks, they don't completely honestly, they don't do the test, okay. Somebody behind them is suggesting the answer, and that's how it works nowadays. So it's very hard to find, but it's not that bad, okay, to do copy sometimes. It's okay, but smartly you need to do this, okay. Even though it's not bad, it's fine that some answers you are not able to answer, so be confident, or you can like set up something like that, okay. Some your friend is showing you the answer, it's fine. It doesn't matter for 1 or 2 questions, but be honest with yourself, okay. And that is very important, okay. In IT industry, what we want is just check your mails properly, check your messages properly, reply, acknowledge of every message. Don't work as 5 to 9 job, or whatever, 5 to 6, or whatever job you feel, okay. Don't be like that 8 hours guy, okay. Now be like flexible, okay. It doesn't matter, just reply, be committed to your work, so then only your work life balance will be there, okay. Otherwise it will be very difficult to survive, because you will be ending up with mixing up your all the frustration of here to there, and this should not happen, okay. This will, so if you are coming from wherever you are, and if you got this position, to sustain this position is also very important. And that's don't forget to like always keep your memories about your struggling days, okay. It's very important how you came here, and how much struggle that your parents did for you, okay, at that time, and how much it is important to be in a competition in these days, okay, in this AI world. It's so important, and that's what you need to do, guys. I hope this is my first genuine, honest video on this channel. I hope somebody is watching till now. I'm not sure, but that's it. I guess I'm going to stop this video. But thank you so much, all of you guys, for being with me, supporting me all the time. It's been pleasure to be here. Please let me know inside comment box what you want from my side. Definitely I'll make it for you. And don't forget to subscribe my channel if you haven't already, and smash that like button if you enjoyed. Till then, see you soon. Tata, bye bye. Have a good day.